What is going on, guys? So here bringing you guys a War Magic Battlefield 1 Warrior Guide, episode 1, which is going to be the same as part 1. This video is actually a requested subscriber video from Elllinia IMO. If you're watching this Elllinia IMO, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. If I did, please feel free to correct me in the comment section below if I did. But yeah, guys, today's video isn't going to be a Battlefield video. It is going to be a Battlefield 1 Warrior Guide, and a little bit of tips before, or not a little bit of tips, a little bit of useful information before I get into the guide, straight into the guide. As you guys can see, this is going to be part 1, and since there's 3 classes currently in the World of Magic, Warrior, Ranger, Mage, for today's episode, or for today's part, it is going to be the Warrior. So each class I am going to divide it into 3 parts. So the Warrior this is going to be part 1, and then for tomorrow's episode it's going to upload the part 2, and then the day after that part 3, and so on. The same thing with the Ranger, and the same thing with the Mage once I do them. But yeah, if you guys still want me to upload a Battlefield video, please leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll be more than glad to upload 2 videos, a Battlefield video and a part of the segment of the guide I'm currently doing, which is going to be the Warrior, Ranger, Mage, etc. But yeah, enough talking, guys. Let's go. Let me click on my computer here. Give me 1 second. Let's get right into the guide. And as you guys can tell, when you guys this is part 1, so once for those little, it is mainly focused on for those like new beginners, new players just actually getting into the World Magic, or those players that don't know what stats for those players that don't know what stats they actually want to put in, like into the Warrior. Sorry about that, like I started. But yeah, or it's also made for those people that have no clue what to do on Battlefield 1, or what to like if they're just if they just want to camp Battlefield 1 as a Warrior. This guide is made for you guys. But yeah, let's get on with it. As you guys can tell, when you guys go ahead and make a new account for your Battlefield camper, which is going to be a Warrior, you're going to start off with the stats being Strength 12, INT 9, Dexterity 11, Constitution 14, and of course Wisdom 9. So those are basically your default stats, and once you make that Warrior, you pick a name, etc., and it's going to give you 6 distribution points. So out of the stats that you guys are currently watching, which is the default stats, and it's going to give you the 6 distribution points to add into your stats. So basically, I'm going to be showing you guys for this Warrior 3 options. So option number 1 is of course going to be a sort of a Strength Warrior. Not sort of, it is going to be a Strength Warrior. So you're gonna have 6 points into distribution. So option number 1 is, out of those 6 points, you're gonna be adding 2 points into Constitution, and the rest of the 4 points into Strength, because unfortunately the default stats can go higher than 18. So you're gonna max out the Strength until you get 18, and then not max out, but then add the remaining 2 points into Constitution. So your stats should look like 18, 9, 11, 14, and 9. So that's basically the option 1. So this option is going to be a based towards a strength build, or a attack build for Battlefield 1 Warriors. So this option basically gives you a bit more damage. It also gives you a little bit less survivability, which is really crucial for Battlefield 1, but you are getting a little extra damage. Now for the conclusion, for those of you guys that are saying, oh well, I should try this build out, but yeah, for the conclusion, in my opinion, is this option good or bad? In my honest opinion, for Battlefield 1, I would honestly not go for this build unless you're trying to go for like a Wild Swing 4, or then you can go for this build. But other than that, if you're not planning on getting or unlocking the 4th skill on your Wild Swing, do not pick this option. It is really it's kind of good, but it's not really the recommended typing, especially if you're going to camp Battlefield. So moving on to option 2, you're gonna have the same stats, default stats, and out of those 6, you're gonna have the same 6 points to distribute. So option 2 is gonna be based towards a Tanky build for a Warrior. So you're gonna have 6 points, and instead of maxing out your strength, you're you're gonna have to put like 4 points into Constitution, max it out to 18, and put the remaining 2 points into Strength. So you're going to have 14, 9, 11, 18, and 9. That should look the same on your screen. It should look the same on your screen if you guys are going for the option 2. So for this option, it is, like I said, it's going to be based off a more tankier and more damage taking leading type build for a warrior. So this option is going to give you a little bit less damage, but it's going to give you more survivability. And for the conclusion, in my opinion, is this option good or bad? And honestly, to be honest with you guys, this option is really good, especially for Battlefield 1 warriors, since Battlefield 1 warriors really need all the HP they can get to take more hits and etc. So moving on to option 3, which is an option that most of you that don't know, or some of you may know, but this is an option like I kind of thought up in my mind, because I did used to play a warrior. I started off Battlefield 1 playing as a warrior with Campy. I don't know if some of you guys remember that, but it's my old my first Battlefield 1 camper, Campy. Then after that I moved into mini tank, and I had pretty decent HP. If I had a picture, I would upload it for you guys to see. But yeah, moving on to option 3. The default stats gonna be the same, and then you're gonna have 6 points to distribution. So this option, for the 6 points, you're gonna be maxing out as always, or as the same as the option 2. You're gonna be maxing out the Constitution, max it out to till you have 18 points into that, and then put the remaining 2 points into Dexterity. So your stat distribution should look like 12, 9, 13, 18, and 9. And the reason for this option, if you go for this option, guys, this option is going to give you absolutely no change. Well, you're going to have 2 less points into if you go for this option. Your damage is going to be like 2 less, but I just wrote down no damage, so it's going to have like no effect on your damage whatsoever, like no drop, a little bit minor decent drop, but you're gonna have decent survivability. And by decent, I mean you're gonna have maxed out survivability, which is good. You're gonna have the survivability of a warrior, so that's really good. And as for the decent hit rate, it's also for the 2 remaining points you're putting into Dexterity. So Dexterity, as you guys can tell, it's a stat for rangers, but warriors can also utilize that to their advantage, and it's really useful for Battlefield 1 warriors as well, because if you PvP let's say a warrior and you go for like the strength build, and I don't know how many let's say your K9 to the Madness doesn't have any Dexterity on it, and you PvP a ranger that has like 20 and I say like 20 Dexterity and above, it's gonna be really hard for you to hit them and land hits. So this is why I made up with this option. In my opinion, it is really good. It's gonna give you, like I said, those extra 2 points are gonna give you a little bit increase in your hit rate, and of course also your critical and deadly. And for the conclusion, I'm gonna have to go for this option number 3 is of course a really good option as well. Now that I showed you guys the 3 options for like the strength warrior build, the option number 1 is the strength warrior build, option number 2 is the tanky leading type warrior, and option number 3 is the hybrid warrior, which I just call it hybrid. You can call it hybrid, mix, whatever suits your guys' taste. But yeah, I showed you guys the 3 options you guys can have when building, or when building and starting off with your new camper as a warrior on Battlefield 1. Now for the last before ending this video, in my opinion, the best stats would have to be option number 3, guys, because option number 3, let me give you guys a little bit of explanation and move back to the whole, like, to the option number 1 before I end this video. So option number 1, it does give you a little bit more damage, but you're losing a lot of, not a lot of, but if you guys go for option number 1, you guys are gonna lose off in the extra HP that you honestly, I mean, you can get the HP back, but why do you're a Battlefield 1 warrior. Even no matter how much strength you have, you are not gonna deal out a lot of damage compared to a ranger or a mage. So there's no reason for you guys to go for any attack on a Battlefield 1 warrior, which I've seen people go for that, but honestly, if you're fighting like a mage with Flame Shock IV and you go for the option number 1, which is the strength type of build based for a warrior, you're not gonna last very long. Even if you go for, like, let's say you go for option number 1 and you go for all your equips are max HP, you're still losing out in the extra HP you can get for the con, and of course as well as the extra health regeneration you get from the con. So I wouldn't really recommend going for option number 1 unless you're trying to like reach like level 50 or something like that. Then you can go and then it's like a 50-50, either go for this or for another option. But other than that, option number one is out of the question, guys. So definitely do not build your stats for your Battlefield 1 warrior as the stats you currently see on the screen. Now moving on to option number 2. Well, option number 2 is almost like the polar opposite of option number 1. You're just switching around the strength, 18 strength, switching it into the constitution 18, and then the strength 14, and then the con 14. So it's basically the polar opposite of each other. But for this option, it is a really good option. It is the most recommended option. Even if you check out the World Magic Wikia, or you ask people like, hey, well, like for recommendation, should I go for strength or con? They're gonna go for like con. They're obviously, almost everybody's going to tell you to go for con. But yeah, this option gives you the best of not the best of both worlds, but it gives you the best con, the best the extra HP. It gives you the extra health regeneration. It makes you a lot better at tanking, and of course at the cost of you're just losing 4 strength points. Like I said, it doesn't really matter because Battlefield 1 warriors are not meant to dish out a lot of damage. They are meant to tank and to lead the pack. That's actually not actually, but that's how I think of it as for warriors on Battlefield 1. If you're a warrior on Battlefield 2, then yeah, that's different because you have different skills. You have like slam, and you have like a rage to increase your critical, and then wild swing 4, etc. Battlefield 3 the same, you got sweeping snipes. But for Battlefield 1, no, that's out of the question. Definitely do not go for strength. But option number 1, like I said, is out of the question. Just don't ever build your Battlefield 1 warrior into like into the stats you see on option number 1. But option number 2 is definitely the go-to to build your warrior. But of course, like I said, once I finished introducing you guys to the 3 options, I did end saying option number 3 is, of course, in my opinion, the best way to build your warrior, honestly, because option number 3, you're just losing if you like I said, ignoring option number 1, which is the strength warrior, and just focusing on and just like having your eyes glued and focused on option number 2 and option number 3. Option number 2 is basically you have 14 strength and then 18 con. So moving on to option number 3, you see that you on option number 3, you're just going to lose 2 strength, but you're going to be gaining 2 extra dexterity, which is in my opinion way better than option number 2. And like I said, it's just my opinion. You guys may think differently. You guys may totally disagree with me, but this is just from my experience and from my experience and my opinion as well. So if you guys disagree, just be sure to leave a comment stating why you disagree, or if you have like a different stat you guys want to share, leave it in the comment section below. But yeah, option number 3 is the way to go, guys. It is the new build. Before on my old channel, I was suggesting you guys to go for like the con warrior, the 14-18, but for this new, considering how Battlefield changed a lot, it went towards a more defensive competitive metagame instead of how it used to be before. It used to be more offensive, but right now it's like a little bit more into the defensive side, because people basically on Battlefield 1, they just get like a Santa hat, Santa costume, etc., get HP, and boom, they have high armor, and they have basically makes everybody really tanky. Because I've noticed that since I came back from like 8 months ago and started playing the game again, I definitely noticed that the Santa costumes, the Santa sets really make really difference to how the metagame is. revolving. But yeah, so moving on to option number 2, continuing on for option number 3, that extra 2 dexterity is really helpful. Like I said, if you're planning to like PvPing or rangers or something, like one-on-one fights, not outside of battlefield, that extra 2 dexterity is really gonna help you, especially if you guys get like a really high dexterity canine to the madness. The extra dexterity is really gonna help you guys hit and actually hit those rangers, because some of you may agree with me. If you guys play warriors in Battlefield 1, then you might agree with me if you guys play warriors in Battlefield 1, because I have not played warriors for a long time. But if you guys still play warriors and you guys do agree with me that it's a little bit difficult to land and actually hit rangers, be sure to leave a comment saying you agree with me. But other than that, like I said, this dexterity is going to help you even if the ranger, especially like if a ranger has 20 dexterity and above, let's say like 25, or a ranger is opting, or let's say you PvP a ranger that has like 30 dexterity. You are definitely not going to hit a ranger with 30 dexterity on Battlefield 1 or 25 dexterity. It's gonna take you a long time, and even if you miss, if you land a hit and you miss, you're gonna get hit by the thorns. So that is out of the question, guys. So definitely this, like I said, option number 3 is your go-to for building a warrior in this metagame right now. So for those of you that you guys agree with me, give it a shot. Go for option number 3. If you guys do actually give it a shot, give it a try, leave a comment in the comment section below saying you guys tried it and tell me what you guys think of it. If you guys like it, be sure to drop a like on the video. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I have to tell you guys for this part 1 of the warrior guide. Thanks for what's it called? I really gotta give a shout out again to I forgot his name. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but yeah, huge shout outs for the subscriber that recommended me to make this video. But yeah, stay tuned for tomorrow, guys. I will be uploading part 2 of the warrior guide, which I'm going to talk about the best equipment and the right equipment, the different sets of equipment, and how they can help you in different ways for a warrior. So be tuned for that. And of course, like I said, like in the beginning of the video, if you guys still want me to upload a battlefield video as well by tomorrow, just leave a comment in the comment section below. I would more than gladly upload 2 videos, the part 2 of this guide and the battlefield video. And yeah, before I end this video, do not forget to leave your responses to the question of the day that you see in the layout. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like in the comment section below. I would really appreciate, not in the comment section, just drop a like and leave a comment in the comment section below. And as always, do not forget to smash that subscribe button to be part of the Slowpokes. I would really appreciate that. And if you guys would do me the favor of sharing my videos, just to like spread my content, because some of my subscribers on my old channel, I don't think they have I don't think they've noticed I have a news channel or something. But yeah, I would really appreciate it if you guys share my videos as well. But yeah, I think that sums up everything I have to tell you guys. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.